Hello and welcome to Athena's Creations 2017. I'm Athena Turk, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator since 2017. And this evening we've got a masculine cards. We've got 3 cards that we're going to make from the paper pumpkin. This is from April. It's the Lakeside Retreat, and there's a coordinating suite of product. I purchased some extra designer series paper that goes with this one, and I'm going to do all 3 of these, but I've turned them into fun folds, and I've added an embossing folder and some fussy cutting and just a little different take on all 3 of these. So these are going to be my alternatives. We're going to make all 3, but using alternatives and bringing in some product. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to turn the camera down, and I'm going to share with you my version alternatives to the original A2 card. Just get the camera situated here so we can get started. Thank you so much for joining me either live or on the replay. Thursdays at 7 p.m. I'm live on Facebook. And then I upload to my YouTube channel later on. And for some reason, I guess I want to say technical difficulties. I'm doing my best to get this a little bit closer to the project. Seems like I always have this issue when I haven't gone live in a week. I don't know why that is, but let's see if I can get you closer in. So we've got masculine Father's Day card, thank you cards. There's a bunch of variety that you can do. If you don't need a Happy Father's Day card, there's birthday and all the in between. The great thing about paper pumpkin kits, everything you need to create all of these cards is included, all the adhesives. You can make 6 cards and their envelopes are included. You get a really cool stamp set that you can use later on. And they always give you the coordinating colors and all of the die cut pieces, a little ink spot to add to your collection, the dimensionals, tear and tape, and the stamp set, and of course the card bases. The card bases are absolutely adorable, but I did modify them just a little bit, like I said, because I wanted to make some fun folds. And we're going to go ahead and start with this one first. And I believe this one I've turned into an easel. Now the July paper pumpkin kit are easel cards. And I love fun folds, easels, the whole thing. And so this is what the original looks like. And this is my design. Thanks. And we're propping it up. And of course, the kit comes with these fun little embellishments that look like little sand pebbles. And in fact, in my stash, believe it or not, I did find some, let's see, what are they called? Pebbles enamel shapes, which totally coordinate with the paper pumpkin kit. I love that when that happens. So you can grab some extra paper and you can make a lot more. Okay, hopefully this isn't going to move. Always trying to make sure I'm all in the screen here. Okay. So what I did was I cut the card base for this one. I cut it in half. And let me show you a card base so you'll know why I did that. So this card base, it's got this wood grain paper, right? And so I cut one card base and I brought in some cardstock and I was able to get 2 cards out of the one cardstock base. I always like to utilize all the things. Now I did fussy cut out. Well, this one actually is a piece that came with it. So there are some die cut pieces that came with it. However, I did do a lot of fussy cutting because, you know, like I said, I got that designer series paper. These haven't fussy cut out yet, but lots of fun things that you can do when you've got paper. and you fussy cut them out. I fussy cut some of the little fish. So if you need a masculine happy birthday, get well, thinking of you, any of those things, it's great for that. So we've got these pieces, and then the card base. Let's see if I can remember this one. Let me grab this just to make sure I'm giving you the correct information. So it's 11 by 4 1/4. And on the 11-inch side, you're going to score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2 for your card base. And then we're going to fold it and fold it again. This is going to create the pop-up easel. And like I said, the July paper pumpkin, it's going to be like this. They're easels, which is really cool. All right, so we're going to set our card base aside. We've got all these pieces that came with the kit, already circled and everything. Let me see. Yeah, just double checking there before I add my adhesive here. Nice circle. And again, if you have the designer paper, there's some pieces that you can use your circle dies, and then your, what is that, the name of those dies? There's some dies that coordinate like that. And that's one of the card bases. All right, so now I realized just now that it's been a hot minute and I didn't grab all of my, oh, here they are. So I have all of these on a block, but it's been a few weeks since I played with this kit because I got distracted with that beautiful violets and all of those. All right, you are a lifesaver, so we're going to stamp that. And we're going to stamp this one. Okay, so we're not using these actually, so I will set those over here to the side. But that's part of what came with the kit, or this particular set of this card. All right, so we've got this one and Peaceful Pine. And You Are a Lifesaver. Yep, that's that one there. So I'm going to open up our Peaceful Pine. And we're just going to stamp on the bottom here twice. And I'm just going to put this one here just for a second to kind of give myself an idea of where to stamp. Just like that. And then we're going to stamp this one again, but I want to adhere our circle. Just like that. And then of course we've got those beautiful birds, which is on the desk here. Here we go. Beautiful birds. And we're going to stamp those at the top in Peaceful Pine. And then Peaceful Pine right here. And then the other thing that we're going to stamp is this right in the middle. You Are a Lifesaver. So cute. This is going to be that piece that helps prop it up. And then I want to go ahead and take your pick tool, helps a lot. We're going to put our cute little fish like right here. And now we're going to stamp Thanks, You Are a Lifesaver. Where did I do with the thanks? I had that here somewhere. Oh, I might have put it back. I think I used it for something else, or the block. Yeah, I think I used the block for something else. So let's get that out. Thanks. Dad, son, Happy Father's Day, happy birthday, whatever you might need. And then here we go. Thanks. But I realize we can't stamp that one till we get our card assembled. So let's go ahead. We're going to attach and only add adhesive to this bottom piece here. And it's flush from side to side. And add that adhesive right there. Oops. I'm gonna need to change out our adhesive. So let me grab some adhesive. I'm gonna change this out. Oh, look at all that gunk. Oh, that's awful. Do you guys get a buildup of that gunk like that? Oh, my stars. I'm gonna have to get that goo gone out and clean this. Ugh. Yucky. All right, you can tell I use it a lot. All righty, so we're gonna open this one up. Sit this one in there, just like that. I say that. There we go. All right. That's pretty easy. Toss this one because we're done with it. Make sure I have all, yep, that's good. All right, so next I'm gonna add some dimensionals and we're gonna prop this one up. Let's see. We're gonna put 3. That's just going to go like that. You are a lifesaver. And then our word thanks. We're going to stamp just right above there. Hopefully I don't mess that up. Voila. Very easy card. Turned our plain and simple card into a fun fold. Now, of course, we want to get these fun little embellishment pieces. Like these little, like pebbles and stones you'd find by the waterway. We're going to add several of these. Three there, and we're going to add 2 up here. These are awesome. You can never have too many of those little guys. Thanks. You are a lifesaver. Card number 1, my alternative. We're going to do the second one, and it's going to be a little different too. This one, I brought in an embossing folder. And I went ahead and turned this one into a fun fold. Now, this fun fold is from this template here. Okay. And what I did was, I think I already put it through. Oh yeah, here it is, the same one. I guess I have two different templates. Didn't realize that. That's okay. That happens sometimes. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 1 1/4, scored at 4 1/4. And then the little piece here is 5.5 by 1 1/8. And these are all the pieces. So I took this strip here from that card piece for this card base. And then this one I cut so that it would fit. And I went through the swirly embossing folder and set it there. So I think we're going to stamp it first. And there's a little bit of stamping to do, so we'll do that first. There's our card base. All right. Just burnish all the score lines. And coming up next month is our Christmas in July already. Hard to believe. All right, so we've got this little piece here. I think we're going to go ahead and adhere this piece right down the center. And this piece was all the one piece, right, like right there, right? That's the piece there. And I cut it, put part of it in the swirly embossing folder, and then this one's just going to be on the right. This is a lot of fun to make, these cards. And this one's going to have just a tiny little lip there on the left side there. The swirly kind of reminded me of water, and since it's kind of like the ocean, or maybe not the ocean, but like the lake. Oh, I got some right there. Okay. So we're going to stamp those cute birds all across the top on the inside. And we've got a happy birthday, older, wiser, better. I love that. That sentiment is really amazing. Okay. And again, we're going to use Peaceful Pine, which is a new in color, and that was part of that was the ink spot. I always get this one out. Just because. I like the bigger ink pad. All right, just check where your birds are on the stamp. I'm just going to stamp all the way across. And then top of this accent piece that's going to be on there. And that's the birds. And then next, we've got this, which I think we want to put a little bit down here, don't we? Yeah. Oh, I like that. All right. Stamp this piece there, and there, and right there. It just adds something to it, doesn't it? So we're going to go ahead and stamp the bottom of the card right there. Very cool. All right. And then we need happy birthday. And we're going to stamp this little piece down here that came with the kit. That's a nice happy birthday font. And oh man, if we're not sliding over again, let me adjust that. All right. Well, hopefully that won't tilt again, but we'll see. All right. So then the next sentiment, the older, wiser sentiment. Let's see. Thought I had that on a block already. You are an inspiration. So it should be on a block here. Hopefully I can find it. I have such a fun little mess here. I think I might have put it somewhere, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Hopefully I will. Well, that might just have to be something we stamp in a little bit if I can't find it right away. I thought I had everything all ready to go, and well, that's what I get for thinking, I guess. Okay, so it's on a block here somewhere. Oh, I put it on the back of this one. There it is. Okay, I knew I had it here. Okay, let's get this one and put it on a block. Older, wiser, better. Oh, good. For a minute there, I thought it was kind of off a little bit. All right. Well, there's those pieces here. Now, I'm trying to remember if I put this one on first. Oh, okay. So this tiny little piece, it's part of the kit. It's just going to be right there. Just the tiniest little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive toward the bottom. Just the tiniest little bit of adhesive. Just a little bit there. And if you have any sticky left over, and there's just a tiny bit there, your embossing buddy, which has like talcum powder, will get rid of the sticky. Now this one, we're going to center it. And for this piece, we only want it to be on that tiny little tab. So when I find that sweet spot that I want it, I'm going to hold down one side, lift up this flap, and only put adhesive on that strip. Oh, see what happened? Yikes. It's just, all right, got rid of that sticky. Got to be careful. You only want adhesive on this strip here. Just like that. Okay. Next, okay, so I put those on dimensionals. This is going to be down there. So what I want to do is just add that adhesive a tiny bit right there. Okay, and now this one is going to be right there. And it's slightly different than the first one. That's okay. Whoop. And then this one, we're going to have those tiny little dimensionals. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them directly onto the card base. Just like that. Take that little piece off the top. Older, wiser, better. Love those sentiments. Just like that. Now we're going to bring in these fun embellishments. And the only place we're going to put them is just like right around this little bush thing here. So I'm going to put this one, the bigger one, down first. And then two of these. Let's see, kind of like so. This is fun. You can never have too many cards for masculine, right? Happy birthday. So we took a simple card and turned it into a fun fold for card number 2. And then our last card is going to be this one, Happy Father's Day. But I didn't really need a Happy Father's Day or a Thanks Dad. So I turned this one into a fun fold. And it is Happy Birthday. And here's my template for it. And a little bit of fussy cutting here. And then some of the paper that came with it, just to kind of explain a little bit. This is the fun fold. And I brought in these fun little trinkets because they just go with everything, I think. The loose anchor trinkets, there's 20 of them. I think they're part of the suite that's in the catalog, and these little trinkets are temporarily unavailable, but they will be back in stock soon. And then this one, we've got a little technique that I'm sharing, which is really, really fun. And there was my template that I used from before. Like I said, we did some fussy cut. Now, these 2 pieces were already here, but these are from the designer paper that I fussy cut. Then we're going to stamp this. We're going to clean it, and we're going to stamp it. And I believe it's gray granite. I'll double check. And then we're going to use blends to go over to make it brown and the green. And this is the Fun Fold template. Page 2 of the catalog for inspiration. And so our 2 pieces for the side, 4 by 1 1/4. And then the inside piece is 4 by 2 1/2. And then 4 by 2 1/2 for the top, which these could be cut down to fit the same fun card design, right? You could definitely cut those down. I think that's why I included that, so I could show you that. Because you could get probably 8 to 10 more cards using different fun folds like that. Okay. We're going to stamp Happy Birthday, and then we've got this little twirly thing. Got to clean that stamp. Oh, and then, I guess I didn't tell you, this piece here, Pecan Pie, is the middle piece, and it's 8.5 by 2 3/4, scored at 4 1/4. And that's this pecan pie. Oh, if you want to do a screenshot. Really easy. Okay. And then I put the little, this is another thing I brought in. Several kits, I've had the extra twine, and I just kind of keep them in some of the plastic bags that we get from the kits and stuff. And although I don't use the twine very often, this one definitely, I think, calls for it. It's super, super cute. All right. So again, this one actually, it uses, So the card base from the second card is what I'm using for the background and to layer on. Oh, and that's what I meant by page for inspiration. This part of the card, page 2 of the catalog, inspired me. And I should show you that so you'll know what I'm talking about. All right. I said page 2. That may not be correct. But I do use my catalog for inspiration. And this was the inspiration. That's what I meant to say. And so this is what I came up with, using this as an inspiration. I don't have that sweet, I just had the paper. And that was my inspiration. All right. Let's see. And then I fussy cut those little pieces there. We can assemble some of this, and then we'll do our stamping and assembling. And then, of course, the card base. This is 5.5 by 4 1/4, Misty Moonlight. And then this is another piece of the card base. And we're just going to find that sweet spot. And apply our adhesive. Just like that. Let's see, it's about an 8 approximately. And these are very easy to duplicate. All right, so this piece, I can't remember if I told you the measurement. It's part of the card base, and so I cut it down 4 by 2.5, which means half of a card base is making 2 of these. Layer that on. Then this one's going to just layer flat. And so now, I usually do the stamping first, but I got ahead of myself here. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to put our little life jackets that I fussy cut. We're going to put these on the card. That's going to go there, so I don't want to cover that up. Our little life preserver. So cute. And then next, we're actually going to use some glue dots. I think that's the easiest way to adhere these together. There we go. And I think I need another little glue dot to keep that handle down. There we go. Those are really fun to use. And then another glue dot to adhere down our little embellishment piece. And so now I'm going to trim so that it's shorter. There we go. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and stamp the happy birthday and these little pieces. And then we're going to do that one, the middle piece. All right, so here's like a rope looking. And then, of course, our happy birthday. Almost smeared that one. Whew, it's hot. Mercy. I don't know if I'm going to survive summer this year. It is so warm. Okay. And so we want to clean this one. This is the technique that I am going to share, which is really fun. Let's see. Oh, it's off. Wrong one. It's off to the side. Here we go. So we're using the light old olive and bronze color. We just go ahead and add our happy birthday right there. Then we're working on the inside piece. We're going to stamp 3 across the bottom. I believe it was smoky slate, but let me just check that. I'm using a strip of white. Yep, that'll work. All right. 1, 2, 3. That was smoky slate. You could probably use a gray granite maybe. And so next, this is the technique. This is really cool. I'm going to come back over with the bronze. And I'm going to make I forget what these cute little things are called, but I'm just going to go over it with my Stampin' Blends bronze color. The marker side. This one's the paintbrush side. This one's the marker side. And I think when I first opened up and started playing with this paper pumpkin, this idea was something that came to me, this fun technique. And then again, we're going to have the light old olive. And we're just going to add some greenery like that. so easy and so fun. I tried it on a spare paper first. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to just try to line that one up. Find that sweet spot. And then add our adhesive. And card number 3 alternative is complete. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, I didn't add any of those little pebble things, but I don't think for this one it really needs it. But I just had to use those fun little embellishments. It's just too cute not to use that. So that's what I wanted to do. And as you can see, this is from the kit. There's still lots left over. So card number 3. Card number 2, fun fold. And card number 1, a easel card. So easy and so fun to make. I don't know if I'll share any more from this kit, but these are the 3 alternatives that I've come up with for this particular kit, Lakeside Retreat. And next week, I'll be back with some new fun folds using the new Violet Suite and the gable boxes. So I'm working on some fun things for next week. So be sure and tune in. It's some new July online exclusives that will be available. So I'll be sharing that next week with you. Look for our Christmas in July workshop, probably toward the end of the month. More information coming about that. Thank you again for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Happy stamping.